As I finish up the edits on A Course Called America, I wanted to thank those of you who followed my travels on YouTube and Instagram. So many new friends who offered encouraging words and who joined me for golf on my 8-month adventure across America. The trip introduced me to a passionate and vibrant golf community that I've been honored to write about since returning home in December. I wanted to share some of the images from the trip and some of the passages from the book as well. A little sneak listen, if you will. I hope you get to visit some of the fairways seen here that we featured in our YouTube series, The Links Life, Season 2 just around the corner. And please do give A Course Called America a read when it's released in the spring of 2021. It's only your interest in these stories that allows me to go searching for the next one. And I thank you all for coming along in them. Now, some words from the working manuscript, A Course Called America. I set my sights on the country beyond my driveway, a place more foreign to me than the highlands of Scotland or the cliffs of Donegal. I would go and find the great American golf course, and by doing so, settle two matters of contrasting significance. The first, figuring out what made a course great, mattered to a great many of us, the golf seekers and rankers and debaters who reacted with outrage or approval when a particular course was notched above or below another. I might finally manufacture a rubric for a course's worthiness, which would at least buy me some bona fides on Twitter. But more interesting and important seemed the other adjective of my mission, American. What did it mean in 2019? If I could figure that out, then I would have done more service for my spirit than any of my wanderings abroad.
Hard.
There is a center.
Did you get it?
No, I didn't hit it very hard.
It's kind of a big.
It's kind of a weak
You come to see my birdie putt. You guys got a little jingle jangle. Whoa, they're going across the green. Watch out for my ball. All right, fellas, just play through then. They're cute, but their etiquette is poor.
Where to start, end, and roam in between? What were the must-plays and the maybe skips? Ticking off spots on a top 100 list was out. I wanted a genuine American cornucopia of everyman municipals mixed with millionaire retreats, a portrait of tour venues blended with precocious nine-holers, a story of resort courses and reclusive country clubs and public tracks punching above their weight. Should I stick to visitor-friendly courses exclusively? I feared I would miss too much history if I did. Should I only visit courses you could play for under $50? I worried this book would be more like a pamphlet. Should I favor one region over another? Long Island looked like I could golf most of my life there, or actually hit balls beside both oceans. Did anyone really care about golf in Alaska? I do. A clear path escaped me, so I did what every confused person did in 2019. I fired a missive out into the electronic universe, crowdsourcing the most essential American golf experiences via the reach of social media. 3 weeks later, I reached the bottom of my inbox, eyes weary and fingers bent. That legal pad was now heavy with ink from the names of over 900 golf courses that, if I were to miss a single one of them, I was assured my American travels would be in vain. Has come out to the 11th green to meet me. This is the coolest thing ever. Hey everybody, I'm taping you, you're taping me.
Yeah, we are.
How's it going? How are you?
Nice to meet you. You're a great writer.
And hey, check out your new hat.
Look at this new hat. You can buy these on a website. What's that?
Ballpark Blueprints.
Ballpark Blueprints.
Yeah.
And they're a great Christmas gift, holiday gift,
I think it's
Hanukkah gift.
Right. It's the gift that it keeps on giving.
When was the last time you did a push-up?
Oh, I don't know.
The 70s? 1, 2, 3, I guess 4.
All right, can't do that. Hey, look at this, everyone.
How's your prairie dogs, Brandon? Awesome.
This is almost as good as beating Tom every time I play him.
We're having a nice snack.
The opening rite of planning a cross-country golf trip for me had been digging a 4x6 corkboard out of the basement and covering it with a map of my destination. Right-sized road maps for Scotland and Ireland were easily procured and filled with pins, but finding a useful map of America that could fit in such a space, it would take the whole of my office wall to piece together pages from a road atlas to see the routes and plot an itinerary. I gave up on the pinboard and turned to planning via Google Maps, but in that surrender, there were clear and obvious signals. America is huge, and that bare board is an omen. You are not fit for the task. I was looking at a year, not just a few weeks, and it didn't feel safe. Not just the miles and the routes through a canyon America I'd only seen in cartoons, but the act of suggesting the trip at all seemed a hazard of true peril. After Scotland, I'd promised Allison never again. But like the golfer whose mind doesn't hear the don't go part and only hears left, I suspected Allison knew that in the proclamation of mine, never was negotiable, while again was a sad certainty.
Ah, the church pews, folks.
There's a lot of technology.
There you
into
go.
That. They're surrounded by wood. Wow.
Wood and...
Well, I'm glad I'm not in there.
We're here at Canal Shores. Would you call this your home course growing up?
Well, we all caddied at Indian Hill Country
That's right,
Club,
yeah.
so we weren't really invited there, but we got to play on Mondays all day. But this is where we would go on our bikes and play a lot.
Yeah. All right, so this is Devotion, folks. This is my favorite golf course in the world. Well, I'm never gonna get Karn's tattoo, but I love that place.
Ooh, do you have the number? Okay, hits the green, spins off a little to the right, folks. Not a bad effort from young Labronski.
Not that I'm going to lose. I just want to show that it fits. One size fits all.
So tell me about that process. It probably wasn't too hard to pick this spot. It's stunning.
Yeah, there's a few great looks out here, but this is certainly sort of the most jaw-dropping. It's the best feature of the Red Rocks, and they suggested this, and I looked around at some other views, but quickly determined that this was the money shot here at Oak Creek. It's just a great hole, deceptively hard with an amazing backdrop. It's hard to concentrate on what you're doing because you're just looking around. Yeah. I don't know, it was a lot of fun to paint.
So what is it about golf that keeps us playing, do you think? I mean,
Well, just to go back to that high school thing. So I caddied and I played occasionally, but it was my father's game. I was too cool for golf.
Right.
And I remained too cool for golf into my 30s. And then for some reason, all these guys I was hanging around with were getting into golf.
Right.
And I had the caddy background, the country club life kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I jumped back into it. So I've been playing pretty fervently ever since.
You went to Harvard. I'm just getting killed today by everybody.
That's it. Tie after one, and then it's closing the door. Wait, keep on rolling. Keep on rolling.
Oh.
Whoa.
I didn't see that coming, everybody.
People who don't play golf grow to envy their golfing neighbors, calling golf a nifty game because you can play it to a ripe old age. They don't understand. We play until we're in a box, not because we can, but because we don't know how to stop. Because it lands in our hands for just a moment before slipping through our fingers. It's a shell game, a Music Man, a 3-card Monty from which we can't walk away. Because once in a while, it glances back at us, and it's achingly beautiful. A siren? Perhaps. but those sailors at least got the closure of wrecking on the rocks. Golfers find the rocks and just drop another one.
Reminder, folks, don't lock your keys in the trunk. You gotta be in here somewhere. Ta-da!
Yes!
Ta-da!
Magic!
Chili. Oh, splat. Go back in.
That's why I never went into modeling.
Oh, okay.
Because I always
You
felt
considered
like,
it.
yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I mean,
I mean, look at you.
How do you like it out here, caddying and Whistling Straits? I mean, pretty beautiful spot.
It's amazing. I mean, great office views.
Yeah, right?
Every day.
But you do other stuff as well, and I think it's really interesting. I mean, you've got a story beyond the golf course. What do you do when you're not looping?
I like to hit the gym, hang with friends, little financial market trading.
Do you?
Little day trading.
A little day trading, eh?
Here and there, I dabble.
Nice, nice. Any stock tips for the viewers of the Links Life?
Buy
low, sell high?
Buy low, sell high. Always buy high, sell high.
Okay, so this is pretty special. This doesn't suck at all. I'll tell you, you know, when you're living on the road, and do not feel bad for me, because I play 36 holes a day and I'm all over the place. But it can become a little bit of a grind, and you know, you certainly miss home and you're exhausted, you're up at 6 every day, you're, you know, again, I'm not complaining. But you come to a place like this and it just like re-energizes you.
At the end of my days, as the lights dim and the periphery fades and all that's left is a lone image lingering at the end of a tunnel, I don't need a blinding light to know I'm home. Rather, I'd like to see a white ball resting at the bottom of a cup. I'd be happy to see Allison and the kids too, but they're going to outlive me, so I'd settle for a golf ball shadowed by earthen rim. The whole ball was beautiful and final. All it left you were the stories of how it arrived there, powerless to change that plot. It was a poignant vision in Eddie said, but on my life's first and likely only hole number 100, a buried ball was, in the words of golfing poet Sir John Benjamin, splendor, splendor everywhere.
Here, absolutely, that is the correct answer. This place is really nice. Best ice cream sandwiches as well. But where'd you have your hole in one? At Goat Hill Park. That's, you're not too far from San Diego. Yeah, you told me it was your first hole in one, and then I said, how many have you had? You said one. But I like how you said it's my first hole in one, because you know you're gonna have more, right? I mean, it's just the start.
I was collecting hope by the mile, and not just for my country, but for golf as well. The game was getting younger and smarter and more creative. You just had to get out there and look. If country clubs were being culled, maybe that's what needed to happen. It was not cause for worry for this golfer, because there was a flock of inspired and informed players ready to carry it. And as my 200 new golfing friends had shown me, the kids were all right.